Hey grade 8 learners! How are you doing? That's great! This will be another fun and exciting day for all of you because we have some new lesson for today. Are you excited, class? Well, I'm so excited too. So again, good morning to all of you. Welcome to the TV Broadcasting and TLE Grade 8 Cookery. I am your teacher for today. My name is Ferlin Dimansibio from Laguindingan National High School, Laguindingan District, Division of Visayas Oriental, Region 10. I hope that we are all set for this new learning episode. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Prepare your ball pen, note, and your modules. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let us try to recall our previous lesson. Are you ready? Let's begin. Can you recall the proper storage and stocking of kitchen tools and equipment? Now, take a look at the picture on the screen. Can you guess what it shows? I will give you 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is, you're right. Stocking and storing of spices, herbs, and other condiments. Let's try another one. You have 10 seconds to answer. Time is up. The correct answer is stocking and storing of Chinaware. That's good that we have learned how to store and stock kitchen tools and equipment. Now let's move on to the new lesson, which is carry out measurement and calculations in a required task. At the end of this video, you will carry out measurements and calculation in a required task and calculate the cost of production. But before we continue, let's have a quick icebreaker. Let's play 4 picks 1 word. Take a look at the screen. There are 4 photos. These 4 pictures are linked in 1 word. All you have to do is to guess what the word is from the jumbled letters below. Are you ready? You have 1 minute to answer. Timer starts now. Time's up. The correct answer is, you're right, spatula. Let's try another one. Timer starts now. Time's up! The correct answer is measure. That's awesome! Speaking of measure, according to Blue Dictionary, it is defined as ascertain the size, amount, or degree of something by using an instrument or device to mark in standard units or by comparing it with an object or known size. In cookery, accurate measurement of ingredients is very important to produce quality products. But the question is, do you know how to measure ingredients correctly? If not, I will teach you how. The following section presents some important measuring equivalents, tables, and conversions. Before we begin, make sure that you have prepared the following. Let's watch this. Measuring ingredients correctly. Materials. 1. Dry ingredients. Flour, granulated sugar, brown sugar, baking powder, and soda. 2. Liquid ingredients. Water and milk. 3. Measuring tools. Graduated measuring cup, measuring spoon, weighing scale, individual measuring cup. 4. Others. Spatula, tray, sifter.
Hey everybody, Thomas Joseph here with another kitchen conundrum for you. Now today we're going back to the basics with measuring. You need to learn how to measure correctly to have success when you are making recipes. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. Starting off, two different types of measuring cups. We have a wet measuring cup and we have a dry measuring cup here. Now, when you're using a dry measuring cup, this is for things like flour and sugar and brown sugar. You can also measure things like mayonnaise and sour cream in a dry measure, anything that you can actually level off, that is what you're going to use this for. Now, for something that you would use a wet measure for would be anything that will level itself off so that you can see it with those lines. So liquids, they would go into this measuring cup here. I'm going to start with dry measuring. Now, flour, main ingredient in baking here. What you need to know is that you shouldn't dip your cup right into the canister itself, because what that does is it packs flour into the cup. So take a scoop or a spoon and gently mix the flour, lightening it, incorporating a little bit of air, because as this canister of flour sits on your shelf, it actually compacts itself, it settles on itself. So give it a little bit of a fluff here and scoop it into your cup, sprinkling it in. Using that offset spatula, anything with a straight side, you want to give the cup a little bit of a tap, settling in any air pockets that might be in this cup of flour, and a good swipe, leveling it off. And that is a perfect half cup of flour. Now, if a recipe calls for sifted flour, what that means is that you need to sift the flour first, and then measure from this bowl, measure this mixture here. And what that means is you're getting a lighter cup of flour, something that isn't so heavy. Now, something like sugar is already dense, so there's no need to stir it up and you don't need to scoop into the cup. You can simply dip your cup into the canister itself and give it a good swipe, and the weights would be completely consistent here. This is a perfect half cup of sugar. Now, brown sugar. We get a lot of questions here in the test kitchens. How do I keep my sugar from getting too hard? Keep it in a well-sealed container. One of these airtight containers is really great. Take a piece of bread, some people like to use a piece of apple, and store it in with your brown sugar, and it will help to keep the sugar nice and soft. Take your measuring cup, dip it into the brown sugar, and pack the sugar into the cup. Most recipes call for packed brown sugar. Now, you know you've done this right if you tap it out into a bowl and the sugar holds its shape. If it crumbles, that means that you haven't packed it firmly enough and that you should start over. So now for liquid measurements. Use a spouted glass measuring cup here, and when you're measuring things like honey or molasses, anything that's sticky and viscous, sometimes corn syrup, give your glass a spray with some nonstick cooking spray. And what that does is it will easily slide out on you. So I'm using honey today, a half cup measure. You want to check your measurement, and you actually should bend down and check that it registers a half a cup so that it's nice and level and a half cup. So this is good to go, and that's how you measure a liquid ingredient. So now to measure by weight, what you need is a digital scale for this, and certain recipes will call for ingredients by weight. Chocolate, for example, or fruit whenever you're baking. So take the bowl that you're going to measure into, place it on the scale, and you need to zero out or tear out the weight of the bowl itself so that you don't count that in the measurement. So all you have to do is press the button again. It should register 0, and now you're ready to measure the weight of whatever ingredient you have. So there you have it. A few simple tricks and tips in measuring ingredients the right way, and that will set you up for success in the kitchen. If you have any kitchen conundrums, write in the comment section below or reach out to us using the hashtag Kitchen Conundrums, and we will solve whatever problems you may have.
Accurate techniques in measuring are as important as the tools for measuring. Therefore, always observe the following procedures: rice and flour. Fill the cup to overflowing. Level off with a spatula or with a straight-edged knife. Sifted flour. Most cake recipes call for sifted flour. In this case, sift flour 2 or 3 times. Spoon into the cup, overflowing. Level off with a spatula. Refined sugar. Sift sugar once to take out lumps, if any. Spoon into cup and level off with a spatula. Do not pack or tap the sugar down. Brown sugar. Pack into cup just enough to hold its shape when turned out of cup. Level off with a spatula before emptying. Level a measuring spoon with straight edge of a knife to measure small amounts of salt, pepper, leavening agents, or solid fats. Liquid ingredients, liquid measuring cup, a glass or plastic cup with graduated markings on the side. Place the cup on a flat, level surface. Hold the cup firmly and pour the desired amount of liquid into the cup. Lean over and weigh the liquid at eye level to make sure it is the proper amount. Check and calibrate timers, thermometers, scales, and other measuring devices according to manufacturer's manual before using. Ingredients which measure by volume and by weight demand standardized measuring tools and equipment. Do not shake the dry measuring cup to level off dry ingredients. It is easier to weigh fat, butter, margarine if bought in pre-measured sticks. If fat does not come in pre-measured sticks, use a scale to weigh the needed amount. Liquids should be poured into cup in desired level. Cup should stand on a flat surface. Spring scales should be adjusted so that pointers is at 0. Place pan, bowl, or piece of waxed paper on scale to hold ingredients to be measured. When using balance scales, place the pan on the left-hand side of the balance and the pan weight on the right-hand side. Add the required weights to the right-hand side
and adjust the beam on the bar so that the total is the weight needed.
Ranges, sometimes called stoves, provide heat for cooking on top and in the oven. The controls for range heat must be accurate and easy to operate. Tools and utensils needed for cooking on the range. And the workspace should be within easy reach.
Learn to match the size of pan to the size of the unit and to select the right amount of heat for the cooking job to be done. In microwave cooking, time schedules must be followed exactly because every second is important. The microwaves shut off automatically when the door is open.
I know that you were able to do that on your own. Good job, students! Now that you have learned and performed, let us have a review. Measuring ingredients correctly. Materials. 1. Dry ingredients. Flour, granulated sugar, brown sugar, baking powder, and soda. 2. Liquid ingredients. Water and milk. 3. Measuring tools. Graduated measuring cup, measuring spoon, weighing scale, individual measuring cup. 4. Others. Spatula, tray, sifter.
Accurate techniques in measuring are as important as the tools for measuring. Therefore, always observe the following procedures. Rice and flour. Fill the cup to overflowing. Level off with a spatula or with a straight-edged knife. Sifted flour. Most cake recipes call for sifted flour. In this case, sift flour 2 or 3 times. Spoon into the cup, overflowing. Level off with a spatula.
At this point, let us check your full understanding of our lesson today by answering the activities on your module. So, please write your answer on your TLE notebook. This has been the first episode of our cookery class, and I can still feel your great enthusiasm for our lesson. Continue to be inspired always despite of this pandemic that we are facing. Alright, it has been a long day. We will learn more in our next episode. Remember, keep safe, stay healthy, and be happy. God bless. Goodbye.